Welcome to another edition of Husker Huddle. I'm your host, Jeremiah Sirles, presented by Sapp Brothers. Today we are joined by the newest member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the 232nd pick overall, Carlos Davis. Carlos, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's been busy these last couple of days, but it's been fun.
I bet, man. I'm so excited for you and your brother Khalil and really all the Huskers that are getting a chance here. Let's go right into it, man. Let's talk about draft day. I mean, the emotions that I'm sure you went through and your family went through. I mean, how did draft weekend start off for you, and then it ended up at the climax there of you guys both getting picked? Walk us through what that was like for you guys.
Yeah, we the first day the first day of the draft. I was over at my friend's house, and we were just kind of watching the draft and just seeing dudes I know that in the draft get drafted. We just kind of hung out there, and then day two, we just kind of sat around. We thought we might hear our names on day two, and we didn't. So we knew on day three that was a day to really, get dressed and get the food ready. And I only had like 9 people over, so we knew that we would go on day three, but it was just a waiting game. We started at 10, and we didn't get done till like 9 or 10 o'clock, just looking at a TV for that long. And so people started going to sleep. We were eating. People got tired. I went downstairs to go recharge my phone, and right around like 5 or 6, Khalil got the call from the Bucks, and then I knew I would be shortly after. And it was only 30 minutes, but it felt like an hour or two. And then I got the call from the Steelers.
Man, that's so awesome. That video of you guys all celebrating there, it just makes me so happy for you guys. That is a long day. It's a long waiting game. I remember sitting there watching the TV during my draft day. I mean, you can start to wonder. You're seeing guys go, but how happy are you to land where you were? How much communication with the Steelers with all the pre-draft stuff had you had? Have you talked with them at all?
Yeah. I was originally supposed to do. They were supposed to fly me and Khalil up to their facility and do like a workout, meet the team.
The 30 visit.
And then COVID-19 happened, and that got canceled. So then we did a FaceTime with them, and then that was pretty much it. But it was a good, I had a good time talking with him, Mike Tomlin, the GM, and we really had a good time. We just kind of got to know each other, and they just kind of wanted to know my background, some of the stuff I did at Nebraska, legal-wise, the parties and all that. And on the phone, when I got off the phone, when they called me on draft day, Mike Tomlin, he was like, enjoy yourself, because he heard my family screaming in the background. He said, just don't throw any parties. So he knows about that stuff, which is kind of funny. So,
I mean, it's wild that the NFL knows all. And I tell people that all the time. Like, there's nothing you can't hide from the NFL. They will find everything, and it's pretty impressive. But I mean, so what's the plan now, Carlos? I don't know how the NFL's handling the rookie class. Are they giving you much direction as far as what's next and where you're going to be doing and how this is all going to fold out?
Yeah. So really, we can't do much. I can't meet with the team as a whole. I can only meet with my D-line coach one-on-one through a site that they used. And so for the Steelers, the 8th and the 10th is when they're going to have rookie mini camp, but it's really virtually. And so I guess I'll be watching film with them and doing stuff. And they sent me workouts to do as well, but they don't want me to do it right now. They just want me to continue doing the workouts I was doing. They don't want me to get hurt or nothing and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it right now.
It's crazy. I mean, I was talking with some guys, and I mean, the rookie class this year is going to have an uphill battle facing it, because I think that your guys' first taste of the NFL will actually be training camp, and you won't get that spring. And so, being ready to go, and then the only advice I can give you there is just be in the best shape of your life when you show up, man, because it's a different ball game. But so, with that being said, where are you going to go? Are you going to stay back home now? Are you going to head back to Lincoln? Are you going to try and start just kind of finding places to put roots down? Or what's the next steps for you and your brother?
Yeah, we really had a good place to work out in Lincoln, and I wanted to go back, but I just, I moved out of my apartment on the 19th, and I came back to Kansas City, and I really don't know. We're just kind of training at our high school right now. I want to go back, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how that all folds out. So I haven't decided yet with the parents and Khalil, and talked about it with Khalil and everything. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, we want to thank, again, Sapp Brothers for sponsoring Husker Huddle, and they want to remind you that their top priority is to keep guests and teammates safe. Sapp Brothers is offering full service at the pump as our nation relies on drivers and farmers now more than ever to provide essentials to our communities. Sapp Brothers is committed to serving you. Carlos, you got a nice road ahead of you here. What are some goals for you this year as you go into the first year of your NFL career? What are some things that you have talked with your agent, talked with our guy Rob Vaca about? Just some personal goals for you as you head into year one of the NFL.
Yeah, biggest thing is to just make the team and really fill any spots they need. I know Javon Hargraves just left, and so I know there's a lack in that position. And so it's still I'm still figuring out if I'm going to play nose or the 3 tech. So, and if they need me to play special teams, I'll do that too. So it's really anywhere they need me, I'm going to go and try to earn a spot.
That's the mentality to have. I mean, let's talk a little bit about your Husker career now. You played all over the place here. You played D-end, you played nose, you played D-tackle. I think that all helped you. Now that you're out now, you've been out of the Huskers now for a few months. You've been able to look back and reflect. And what are some key takeaways you took from your Husker career here that you know were going to maybe at the time felt really challenging or felt really like you were getting the short end of the stick, but as you look back, you see how they're going to help you grow as a player? I mean, what are some key takeaways you took from your Husker playing career?
Really, it was just dealing with a new coach every year, new head coach, and trying to prove yourself every time and, make relationships with people quick and just prove yourself. And I think that was something that helped me with each staff, is just always proving myself and knowing that I have to can't take any days off really if I'm trying to get that spot. So that's something that I think is going to help me going into the league now, is just to work my tail off and fight every day.
Absolutely. You're going to have to fight every single day to keep making that spot. All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk a little Husker football here. I mean, obviously we lose yourself, we lose Khalil, we lose Darian Daniels, who's now headed up to the 49ers. I mean, there's a lot of holes on this defensive line. You being a part of that room for as long as you did, obviously with no spring, fans and people are going to be looking, man, who's going to step up and who's going to step into those roles? Give us an insight. Who are some guys next year you're excited about to see their growth and their development as they step into those starting positions on that defensive front?
Well, we'll start off with Ben Stilley. I think Ben is a good leader in that room. I've always looked up to him. He's a student of the game as well, and he really knows his stuff. And I think he's just going to have to corral that room. And he's the only senior right now, so he's going to really have to rally those younger juniors and those sophomores together and get some more leadership besides him. And I think Damien, with his situation and everything, I hope he gets back on the field. But DT is going to be another spot that's going to have to step up and be a starter as well and just corral those younger guys. And I think King Green is going to be he's improved a lot since the time I left. And when I saw him when I came after the combine, his body has really improved as well. And he should be a good help to that defensive line as well.
What other positions are you excited for to watch this year? Is there certain guys, maybe both sides of the ball, that you're excited for, that you can give us a little sneak peek of you're inside those walls, you get to see those guys? Who are some guys next year you would highlight and say, watch out for these guys that maybe were young last year or didn't have a great big year? I mean, I know you just said Keem Green, but maybe what are some other guys?
I'm really excited for Deontay Williams to come back. I know he was hurt last year, and that was a big part of our secondary that we needed. But having him back and DiCaprio and all those guys, Cam, I'm really impressed by the way he came out. He's going to have to step up and be a leader as well. The linebacker group, I'm really excited for Colin, Will Honus, and one of those younger dudes, Garrett Nelson. I know he played a lot last year as a freshman, so he's gonna be coming back, and I'm really excited to see those. Blaze Gunnarsson, I really like him, so I hope he gets on the field, either special teams or somewhere, and just make an impact.
Awesome, man. Well, we're so excited for you and your brother. We thank you for everything you did here at Nebraska, and we're excited to watch and continue your next steps here. That wraps up for this edition of Husker Huddle, presented by Sapp Brothers. Carlos, man, stay safe, stay healthy, and make sure when you show up, man, you're ready to go and continue to just do what you do, man. Put your head down and work. I appreciate you taking this little bit of time to join us here, and go Steelers, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care of yourself, brother.